Floor is yours.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Burn It Down NASCAR podcast post Turkey Day edition. Uh just going to cover a few tidbits in the news. I kind of put together a fantasy schedule. But in the meantime, what do you got in the news department? Things that have happened that we need
Uh,
to talk about.
I don't know. I just pulled up some stuff. What actually one thing that I did see that thought was probably, I guess, noteworthy is RFK is doing an alliance, Technical Alliance.
Cody Ware.
It's Cody Ware, but they were also with Front Row too. And that's probably why they were good this past year. I didn't know they were in a technical alliance with Front Row. I don't think that was really talked about, but with this coming out with Rick Ware, so they have the 17, the 6, Michael McDowell's car, and
The 34.
34, which that's a one car team, right? It was two, and now it went down to one.
Weren't they okay, question, and color me stupid if I'm wrong, but isn't Rick Ware Chevy right now?
No, they're Ford.
Okay, because I was gonna say RFK is
They
Ford.
they
so-
were they were a few years ago. They were Chevy.
okay,
Yeah, no, they swapped a while back, and then
all right.
because they were two and they went down to one when I think they had Ryan Priest, but I could be wrong. And then they went down to no, Ryan Priest was oh man, Stenhouse's teammate, but I can't remember who it was, but that was a two-car team. Went down to one, but now they're forming with Rick Ware, so technically it's four-car team, but under three different ownerships. So they're gonna be sharing data, sharing this and that to help each other out. So that's probably something really good for them. I don't know why Rick Ware wouldn't do it because they're not the greatest team. So let's get more beneficial for everybody.
Well, not so fast, Grasshopper. I've got a perfect segue here of something else that I saw this week. Guess who completed the most laps in 2022? Just take a guess.
I I'm just trying to think of less DNFs. Harvick? No.
You already had his name in your mouth.
No, was it Brad then? You're trying
No,
to who? Dow?
McDowell.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I knew he was
Yes.
really, really consistent through the beginning of the year, then he kind of tapered off. So
Michael McDowell completed the most laps in 2022 with 9,380. Now, I won't go into the numbers as far as
where?
laps, but Logano was number 2.
Logano had some good stats this year. I saw something.
This is an amazing list. When you think of the all-stars of the sport and the heavy hitters, Logano was number 2. Of course, your champion. Gilliland was number 3. Eric
Okay.
Jones was number 4. Justin Haley was number 5. Eric Almirola was number 6. Suarez was 7th. Ross Chastain was 8th. Chase Briscoe, who just got fired,
What?
didn't he?
Chase Briscoe?
No. Who am I thinking of?
Custer.
Oh, Custer. Okay. Chase Briscoe was 9th, and Denny Hamlin was 10th.
Denny Hamlin was all the DNFs he had early in the season. That's pretty interesting.
But he was 10th in most laps completed. But I found that very interesting that Michael McDowell completed the most laps of anybody in 2022. So, just kind of piqued my interest there.
No, yeah, it's interesting, but it also goes to show you that completing laps really don't matter. You just got to win and then finish laps in the final 10.
Well, still, it's kind of interesting that now they're pairing up with RFK.
Yeah,
Maybe that'll equate to he's got the consistency and all of that. Maybe he'll tack a win or two or three in there.
I expect. With how, I wouldn't say how dominant, but how good RFK was at Daytona, and then they tapered off through the middle of the year, and they had the penalties, and they had the penalty at the end of the year. But I think Brad is pushing that organization to the right direction. I think he's going to be on the cusp of winning at least one, maybe two races. He's finally getting
Oh,
that.
we said all year long that we thought he would at least win a
Yeah.
race no matter what.
So, now as Chris
We
Buescher
were
got it, I think Brad will win one or two. Now that they're finally he's getting his foot in the door. He's understanding he's had his too many hats on, as being an owner, and then with the swap of everything. So I think he'll settle down and get a win. I like his
Oh, I
paint
think
schemes too. That car is snazzy.
he does have some of the coolest paint schemes out there. By speed, Logano, did you see his? By any chance, did you watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade
No, but I saw they had his car with balloons on it, or a mimic of it, or something
and
like
the
that.
championship
Yeah,
trophy
yeah,
in a balloon? I thought that was pretty
yeah. It's cool. Yeah,
cool.
like I said, it's better than the float that they're doing with drivers that retired 20 years ago or dead.
At
The
the Rose
Rose
Bowl
Bowl,
parade?
yeah. Okay. Like I said, this should pay homage to who's popular and who's winning. It's like having a football parade with Joe Montana on the front of it. Hello.
I still think that might have something to do with trying to push the clash at the Coliseum, especially with the color schemes.
That's sneaking up here quick. I don't know. Time's flying by, but I saw the countdown today. 67 days. We're away from the Coliseum already.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah, what, 7, 8 weeks, less than that. 8, no, 9, about 9 weeks.
Yeah, I went to NASCAR.com. 67 days. We're 2 months. It's going to come up fast. You're
Yeah.
not. Next thing we're gonna know, I follow this page on Facebook, and it's pretty cool what they do. And every day they'll post a picture of a car with 99 on it, and then say 99 days to till Daytona 500, and it's going all the way down. And I think we're at 80 something. It's pretty cool because you don't see some of those cars with those numbers on it. So you see a lot of older cars and old schemes with those numbers on it. Obviously, when they get to 24, it might show Gordon because the most iconic, but it's showing. I saw one with Joe Nemechek Burger King, and I was like, holy shit, I haven't seen that car in forever.
No kidding. Have to go back to our Michigan days.
Yeah.
No, I get that. It's not NASCAR only. It's
I have to find it. It's a NASCAR fan page.
yeah, but yeah, I see him as it's NASCAR Nation. I don't know.
No, it comes up all the time, that guy. I mean,
A little update. While you're looking for that, Rockingham,
yes.
they are
tearing it up.
going to town.
Yes, they are.
I think they want to get back on the schedule by 2024.
I told you that's what's going to happen. And I think they've seen or know, obviously, maybe behind the scenes, but they saw what happened with North Wilkesboro, how fast it went, and it's the All-Star race. So, like I said, when we were talking about North Wilkesboro, I called Rockingham most likely will be the 2024 All-Star race.
That would be cool.
I think they called it.
I'll tell you the progress, because again, being where I'm at, local media, it's not being blasted out there nationally, but they're in the repaving, regrinding, they're doing all kinds of stuff, tearing down stuff and starting to build new stuff as far as stands and suites and all that. Which, to North Wilkesboro, this week, they started the construction of putting in the safer
Yeah,
barriers.
well, they already started it a couple weeks ago. They already dug the trench for the repaving of the safer barriers. And I think what you saw is the picture of it actually paved for the safer barriers. And I saw pictures of their. What did I see today? Where was it? They talked about they're adding trenching or stuff for the flooding on the infield. They're working on the grandstands. Yeah, it's in the fencing. It's gonna be completely rejuvenated. And you think all that money NASCAR's putting in it, they're not gonna go to it the regular season? Stop. It's not gonna be just an
I
all
agree.
star.
It's not.
That fan
Um,
page is NASCAR Series Racing, and
yeah,
it's
that sounds correct.
and the car they have today is the 81. I think Bobby Hamilton Square D car, old school.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, I've only really got one more. Well, okay, let's give Roger Penske some props here. He's receiving the Sports Gold Award
He should.
uh,
He dominated this year.
in
It,
London on December 4th, and I think that is just
he should.
freaking. He
Absolutely.
deserves some
He
props.
deserves it. For all the stuff he's gone through, and then he wins Indy and Cup. Deserve. And he does
Yeah.
and he owns Indianapolis 5 Indianapolis.
Yeah, he
but,
owns the Indianapolis Motor Speedway
so
now.
expect, like I said, with all the stuff's happened with that, I expect him to be go oval racing. Oval racing, not this year, obviously, 2024.
I think they're done with the road course there,
I think they're gonna do
which
both.
we'll get to.
I think they're gonna do both.
And another little tidbit, again, it's not really racing, but more social. I had no idea that Daniel Suarez was dating
Yes, he's dating somebody in NASCAR.
Nelson Piquet's daughter.
Yeah, he's dating somebody's in NASCAR's daughter. Yeah, when he won, I found that out.
It's Indianapolis, IndyCar.
Oh, yeah.
Nelson Piquet. Nelson Piquet. Her name is Julia, and he proposed to
This
her
weekend.
on Friday, and yep. So that's pretty cool. All right, one more little bit of hard news that I don't pardon my French, or I almost got a hard on over. Possibly eliminating stage cautions at road courses.
I don't know if they might not do it because they like the controversy it causes at restart, especially on Indy and Roval.
They're going to run the stages. That's fine. Boom. Stage. Now, you guys figure out the pit because they
it bases the pit strategies on
stages, and they build their pit strat. Now they don't have that. If they do it, I'm like, they need to do it everywhere. Just stop the cautions for the stages. You know, everybody knows who's leading when the stages ends.
Yeah.
You're shutting down the fucking pits 2 laps before the stage caution comes out. Stop it.
Yeah.
Just all right. Lap whatever is end of stage 1, then we start stage 2. End of whatever lap is stage,
Yeah.
I like that. I could handle the stages a lot better because I am sick and tired of, well, we've got 0 cautions unless you factor in the stage cautions.
Yeah.
Or we've got 5 cautions, but 2 of them are stage cautions. Stop it. Just, if you want to do your little stage thing, fine. I don't think that's going to go away, but stop the cautions for it. Just announce, boom, Kyle Larson was won stage 1, and
yeah, they gotta supplement something because the stage points is what people race for mid race. So going in, they gotta make something to make up for the stage points in road courses if they're getting away with stage is in road courses. So like you said, they could say, let's say it's a 65 lap race. At lap 20, whoever's 1 through 10 is the stage point winners. And then lap 40 is the stage 2 lap winners, and then at the end of the race, they could just say no stages, but there are stage points at these positions because, yeah, because a tank of gas for those cars lasts 20 laps, so your pit strategy is
Let
very
them figure out the pit
yeah,
strategy.
exactly.
Don't give them
Don't give them a strategy essentially.
exactly. And back in the day before we had the stages, it was always a reverse
Mm.
strategy. They would figure out, I can remember at Sonoma and Watkins Glen where guys would pit at lap 12 or 13 or 14 because they had it figured out that then they only needed 2 more stops to get to the end. In other words, everybody was going to pit 3 times. It didn't matter. But if they, let them work their strategy without factoring in these cautions during the stages. But that really intrigued me, and they said NASCAR is really entertaining that. I hope that they do it for all races, not just road. Because right now, what they're talking about is just road courses.
Yeah, it's road courses. Well, this is one of the reasons why Carl Edwards doesn't want to be in NASCAR anymore. He goes, "What's the definition of a caution?
Yeah,
Just because you
I know.
throw a stage, it's not a caution. A caution means there's something on the track that means you need to slow down. That's not a caution." So
Well,
he's
Edwards, I wish he'd come back somehow, somewhere, some way. Um,
you never know.
I don't know.
We might see him in that 91 car. Yeah.
I was thinking either Trackhouse or Petty GMS with Johnson.
Man, could you make that a powerhouse team? Holy shit, that's giving me chills.
Yeah, make that a four
Holy
car
shit.
team with Johnson and Edwards. Yeah,
Oh, wow. Well, I'd
I
have
could.
Edwards and Johnson share that seat. Not doing full time in it.
Yeah, why not?
Bring back the
I
Subway
think Carl
sponsorship.
Edwards. I think Carl Edwards would actually come back under the right circumstances. Um, maybe a 2 or 3 year deal. Just hey, people want to see the backflip, so here I'm
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
But I could see him, and I was thinking the same thing. Either Trackhouse in that 91. But I also thought with Jimmy Johnson coming back, and him and Carl were friends. They weren't enemies by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe bringing him to because let's face it, Jimmy Johnson didn't buy into Petty GMS just to drive a car and
No, he wants a
put
winning
his
organization on there. He wants to be a Hendrix.
yes, and of course they've got Chevy backing.
Yeah.
But I could see that. I could really see Carl Edwards coming back, and like you said, maybe ride sharing with Jimmy the first year, and then I, I still, because Jimmy's already announced that he's going to run the Daytona 500. I could literally see him if he wins the Daytona 500 going ahead and racing the full schedule. I could really see him doing that.
I'm gonna try to go find that picture where I think it was on Facebook where they were trying to it was a mock-up car of it was a mock-up car of Alex Bowman's old number.
55.
Yeah. It looks so
Yeah.
good. I'm trying to find it. I don't know where
And
it is.
give the 48 to Petty GMS so Jimmy could
Yes.
race it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that car because it looks so good for a concept, and I'm like, just do it. I know, just do it. It'd be so. There it is.
Well, that was his dirt racing number for years.
Yeah, it's Alex Bowman's original numbers.
Yep.
Trying to find the whoever's watching, anybody cares. And the Ally car, Ally 55, that whoever made that concept, holy crap, that was so good. Yeah, there it is. I really like it. It looks really good and snazzy.
Did you put it up?
Yeah, I put it up.
Because I can't
I
see.
know you. I know you can't say. I put it over you. You're good. No, it
All
like
right.
I said. It says I think this should be 55. It's his number. Come on, Hendrick. Let Jimmy have the 48 and give Alex Bowman the 55 ally. It looks so good.
That's cool. I agree 100%. Because, even though Jimmy's announced that he's going to do some racing, they haven't announced a number. So maybe
No,
this is going on in the background.
yeah, maybe there's feelers.
I don't know. Maybe he'll take Michael Waltrip's 84, just turn it around. I don't know. He had
Waltrip was
55 as well.
55. Yeah, was 55 too.
Well, he was 55 when he was with DEI, and then when he had that Red Bull team with Clint Boyer and
DEI was
I
15. DEI was
uh,
15.
well, who do you have the 55 with?
His
When he was
own
racing for
himself,
himself?
Michael Waltrip Racing was 15. Yeah.
Oh, I'm okay. Never mind. I'm thinking of that whole Red Bull team
Yeah,
that
the
was
Red Bulls 83 and 84.
Allmendinger and
Brian Vickers.
Vickers. Yeah, they were like what 84,
Well, it was Casey
87.
Kane, Brian Vickers, and them, and then Casey Kane went to Hendricks.
Well, no, he went to Evernham for a
Well,
while
he
before
was
he went.
he was
He
Evernham, and
went to
then
Evernham with Jeremy
yeah,
Mayfield, and then he went to Hendricks to
yeah,
close out his career.
yeah.
But anyway, um, again, we don't want to bore anybody. So there's not a. You can, if you like, want to watch the NASCAR championship week in Nashville. Just hope you have Peacock
Yeah.
because it's not on regular TV.
It
Which means
really?
I won't be watching it. No, it's on Peacock exclusively.
Okay.
So I'll wait for the media reports afterwards in the Facebook post because I'm not paying for it. We already know what happened. Joey Logano won.
Yeah.
Chase is the most popular driver. So there's no surprises coming down the road. Um, but yeah, I was really disappointed in that. You got to have Peacock TV subscription streaming bullshit
I
to
only have
watch.
it because it comes with my Xfinity. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't.
Yeah, well,
There's
that means I'm not going to be watching because I used when it was on
well, it's
Speed
Saturday night. It's
TV.
Saturday.
Yeah,
You got the
football.
you got college football championship. You're not. No one's.
No one's going to watch it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. You got maybe 100,000 people gonna watch that if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. There's a few things that just a little touch on. Josh Berry won in the 3 car for Junior Racing's 100th win. That 8 model car that Junior raced weeks ago. Josh Berry
Okay.
won in that. That's a really slick car. One Mark was saying it was Junior Earnhardt Senior, which it's really sweet looking. Oh gosh, Kyle Busch. His sponsorships are gonna be the same ones, pretty much as it hasn't come out as this year's as Tyler Reddick had, because most of those sponsors have come out and says they're not transferring with Rick Hendrick, Tyler Reddick. Most of them announced said they're not transferring with because their sponsorship to Childress, Richard Childress in that car, and there's to him, they're not tied to Tyler Reddick. So one of those things. There's one more thing.
I've seen a lot of granted, it's Facebook, so I guess it must be true. Sarcasm here. On different pages where there's not a whole lot of people with money in their pockets in the NASCAR industry that are happy with Tyler Reddick over what he did. Not that it's not the fact that he's switching teams, it's the way he did it.
Yeah.
The complete and total disrespect for Richard Childress.
Well, it's
Um,
not like one of those things where it could be a Rick Hendrick thing, putting Hendrick Motors or Hendrick, cars on his thing, or 3 Chi putting on it. What sponsor's going to go there? Because Monster's not going to go there with Kurt Busch had. That's going to go to Ty Gibbs. I'm sorry. Monster's going to be that sponsor on that car, on that 54 car.
yeah.
So, or at least the primary. And
I
Monster's
agree.
not going to
It's
sponsor
just
2 cars. Sorry.
I'm just seeing more and more noise about Tyler should have just shut his mouth, run out his contract.
Yeah, why not just
Whether they
wait
had
a
a
year?
yeah, wait, had a backroom deal or whatever. Because I also, in my fantasy imagination, if Tyler Riddick would not have done what he did, which basically opened, because again, people go back and look through our archives. The day Tyler Riddick, or the week that he announced he was going to 2311 and we broadcast, I said, that's it. He's done. He will not go through 2023 season
Yeah.
with Richard Childress.
Yeah,
It will not happen. It will not. We predicted that.
Yeah.
So my point about that is, if he had a backroom deal with Denny and all them, and
Shut
just
your
kept
mouth
his
and
mouth shut
race.
and honor your contract with Richard Childress, I believe in my heart that Kyle Busch would have ended up at Stewart House.
Probably. But
I think he would have.
I don't think that was a Tyler Reddick thing. That's a Denny Hamlin dumbass thing. Push that. No one's done that.
Yeah,
No
look
one's
at
ever done that in this industry and said, "Oh yeah, in 2 years, I'm." No one's fucking. It's always an off season or end of season when you're not even in contention.
Yeah, no one's ever announced that a year and a half before
No,
it's supposed to
that was
happen.
a Denny thing, and Tyler, he should have said no. I'm not doing that. We can talk. I'm agreeing face to face with you, but yeah, the way he went about it,
He's made a lot of enemies over
yeah.
that. A lot. And if things don't work out for him, and I mean, I'm not going to lie. Tyler Reddick is a very talented driver. There's no two ways about. How many what 2-3 races this year made the chase?
Yeah.
Down to the final 8. Um, he's he's not without talent, but man, did he fuck up when he did what he did, and Denny and Michael Jordan did what they did. If they wanted this to happen, and I think it got accelerated when Kurt got
Yeah.
his brain box boggled. Um, he still should have said, "Okay, fine. I'll honor my contract. I'll be a gentleman and a man about this, and I'll come to you for the 2024 season, but we tell
Yeah.
nobody.
Yeah.
In the meantime, put somebody in that car, John Hunter Nemechek, somebody of that nature, to fill the seat if Kurt can't continue." Tyler Riddick, again, I'm not taking away any of his ability, his talent.
The situation is just so
He
fucked up.
blackballed himself big time.
There's very
All right.
few teams that'll work with him, and I think if he gets screwed and he wants out of the 2311 shit, whichever, I think he's going to be good there.
He'll go back to driving ARCA if he's that lucky.
If
Nobody
he'll go to Stewart Haas if Stewart he needs racers.
Nobody will trust him.
Stewart
Nobody will trust him.
Stewart wants somebody to win. Right now, no one's winning on his team.
That's why I believe that if that hadn't happened, Kyle Busch would have been over there with Harvick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was obviously in that conversation.
So, all right. You said you had a few things. Anything?
There was, which I think is pretty cool, is Cole Cousins really isn't getting screwed. He's going to Xfinity. He's going back to his old 00 car, which is great for him. He's going back to his with that, so he'll probably win fucking 7 races. actually back to his old. Oh yeah, NASCAR is keeping a close eye on the Garage 56 project that Hendrick's putting on for the whatever the hell they're doing to see if they could use whatever they're modifying that car to see if if they could use whatever modifications in NASCAR because Hendrick's taking a regular NASCAR or NASCAR next gen car and modifying the living shit out of it. You know how much they're modifying it? They went to a track that a normal car, NASCAR car, goes. There's a road course. I forgot where. Middle of bump. It's in Virginia somewhere, and it went 11 seconds faster on that road course than a regular NASCAR car does.
I did not see that.
That's how much faster this car is that they're making. 11 fucking seconds on a road course? That's huge. So
that is huge.
So NASCAR, and this is pretty much, you got Jeff Gordon, you got Chad Knaus, you got all of them hands on in this. You probably got the best NASCAR,
Peters.
Well, you got probably the best engineers working there and saying how can we modify this to make it go better? How can we make it to go faster? How can we make it drive better, turn better, bite better? And 11 seconds on a road course.
What do you know? What road course it was?
I had to look it up. I saw.
But it's in Europe. It's not here, correct?
No, it's in Virginia. They did this test.
Oh, okay.
Virginia International Raceway.
Ooh, I have to put that in my.
On the exact time, it was 11.
From the current car to what they did in their modifications. That's huge.
That's like going from a NASCAR to an Indy car. It's kind of like that. He's just trying to actual. I have to find the exact thing because I can't find it. It was November 15th when they. The representatives from all four entities were, as well as sports bonds, on hand, 3.7 mile oval road course. He's using Goodyear's tires. He's using the same everything. This tells me what. Like I said, I saw the actual stat. I just got verified. But yeah, NASCAR is keeping a very close eye on that. And it's kind of funny that Hendricks is doing it because they're going to say, oh, Hendricks cheated and they got all this information. Well, should have fucking done it yourself.
Or joined in,
yeah.
one of the two.
I'll have to look, research, and get back with next.
All right.
But I want to see.
I'm seeing the headline right now on J-Ski where it says the Garage 56 project could lead to major changes in the next gen car. I don't know. You know my feelings on this car. It's like, damn it, just go back to stock car.
Well, allow them to use it, be a stock car. Allow them to modify it whatever ways necessary.
How about quit telling them what to do and let them run what they brung? And I'm just real quick, it's looking more and more like Helio Castroneves is gonna run some NASCAR races in the number 91.
Oh,
Project
really?
91 for Trackhouse.
Nice.
I think that'd be fun.
Okay, here's a little thing. It's on NASCAR. I think it's Chad Knaus doing. It says we will improve in pace and reliability. Definitely goes. So I would say that's the difference between the current car and this test car. Again, it's pretty similar. I would say its weight, its power, and tire grip is just a lot faster. I mean, to give you a figure around here, I think we're about 10 seconds faster than what I did in a Cup car. So it's quite a lot faster.
Well, never underestimate NASCAR's ability to fuck something up because they do it on a regular basis.
If you allow, I guess there's just so many regulations, but allow them like now that I guess this is happening, it's pretty much legal modding of that car, and let NASCAR see, okay, that works. Oh shit, that works. Let it go. You're trying to say this or this and that on the wing or on the fenders and tires. Let somebody that knows how to do with the car and modify it to make it go quick and steer right and turn and pass. Now, hopefully, like I said, I don't know if it'll be next year with whatever, because it's only have 60 days to implement whatever changes. But this right here could lead, say, can of worms, but open the box, I guess, to, oh shit, that's a good idea. Oh shit. So if I expect, if this really works well, and let's say they take five ideas or ingenuity options and put them into the current NASCAR, expect at the end of the year that Toyota, Ford also join in on this, do their own
Oh, I agree.
Le Mans car. They're gonna like, oh, we got some ideas, especially Brad. Brad's got his, he already tried and got busted in real, but like I said, that is something to, I guess, pay attention to. For on a road course, going 10 seconds faster is tremendous.
Oh, that's huge.
Tremendous.
Yeah, that's huge.
But other than that, that's really not much I've seen. Like I said, they're doing this NASCAR Brazil. They're talking about NASCAR on ice, this fucking bullshit, this diversity NASCAR. Let's fucking go race.
Yeah. Hello.
But other than that, there's really nothing much we knew that was going to happen about. So we're talking about 30, 35 minutes of your normal news, if any.
There's not a whole lot.
Like I said, I'm looking up NASCAR news, and there's really
not a whole lot. All right. So basically, we've covered what we think at least is the interesting things right now. I want to throw this out there, and hopefully like you said, hopefully somebody's listening, watching, because I want some input as well. And I want you to come back next week. Hopefully, you have more time with your version. But I took some time this week and I put together what I think would be a better schedule for the NASCAR series. And I come at this with the attitude of regional racing due to weather and patterns, and also trying to not go to any track during the regular season more than one time. And there's only one track that I have in this potential line.
That's Daytona. I can tell you that. I can. That's Daytona. No, you don't have Daytona 500 in the Daytona July race.
No.
Okay.
Phoenix is the only race that I have in this twice. And I would be happy to scan this and put it onto the Burn It Down Facebook page. So it's gonna take me about 2 or 3 minutes to run through this. The Clash, the duels, and of course the Daytona 500 all happen at Daytona.
Yes.
F that freaking Coliseum. I'm done with it. Already, I'm done with it before they've done it the second time. I'm done with it. Now, starting out the season after the Daytona 500, I actually agree with them on the first two races. Auto Club, Fontana, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, we may be down to a half-mile track by the time we get there
I
in
tried looking
February.
that up, and I didn't see any update on that track. I haven't.
It looked, the last time I saw something, like they had
They
that
were taking
crap tore
stain.
up.
Have they? I'd have to research.
It wouldn't take them much once they got it tore up to put it back together. But anyway, from there to Las Vegas and then go straight to Sonoma. You're there.
Yeah.
The teams, they don't have to travel that cross country crap. Then go to Phoenix. From there, Homestead, Richmond, Talladega, and here's my fantasy, Rockingham. Rockingham, and then Bristol, concrete, no dirt. I'm done with the dirt. I know you like it. I'm done with the dirt. Bristol Day Race. After that, Kansas, Dover. Take these cars to St. Louis for the love of God. It's a good track.
They did last
It
year, right?
really, huh?
Did last year,
No,
right?
no. It's
What track we went to? That was the whole thing with Ross Chastain.
No, it was hang on. Because they're going back again this year, and it's not that. It's
Circuit of Americas.
nope. Hang on. Worldwide Technology.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
okay. Which I don't even know where, I don't remember where that's at, to be honest with you. Uh Madison, Illinois.
Yeah, yeah. And they were showing it as St. Louis because it had the arches in the background. But it wasn't
Then,
St.
of
Louis.
course, we're doing, and I agree 100% with the All-Star race in the Open at North Wilkesboro. Labor Day weekend, we got to do the Charlotte 600. From there, Darlington, Nashville. Now we go on our northern swing. New Hampshire, Pocono, Michigan.
What do you have July 4th race? Because that's usually a hype race.
Pocono, basically.
Ew. See, you gotta change that. Pocono for Daytona. I would say, I know you want input, but you for a 4th of July race, you gotta have something. Either Charlotte.
Pocono is normally not that bad of a race.
It's been trash lately. That's why they went back to back.
I wouldn't mind if you wanted to go back to date, but you'll see my reason here in just a minute. From Pocono to Michigan, then Chicagoland. I want the old Chicagoland back, not the streets of Chicago. I want the old Chicagoland back. Then we go to Road America, Elkhart Lake, road course. Then to Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Mile. Bring that back. From there to Indianapolis, Watkins Glen, Martinsville, bring Kentucky back, Texas, and then we end the season to set the final 12 or 16 at Phoenix. Like I said, they only track in there twice. Now, for the first round of playoffs, started off with Bristol Night Race, Darlington, end it with Daytona. Then the next round, Dover, Richmond, ended at Talladega. And your championship race, I would love to see something like a
That's not
Rockingham
championship. That you need 10 races. That was only 6.
Did I miss a round?
Yeah, you need 6.
I did. I missed a round.
You mean you need 9?
Yeah.
So you need 3 more. You need 3 more in there.
All right, we'll fix that next week. But for the championship race, I would love to see it at Charlotte.
I can see that.
I really would. That, the home. I cannot believe you're right. I missed that.
There should be 36 races. right?
Well, yeah, I miss. I
Yeah.
missed. My bad. So I got to add 3 races into that. But I like having a short track, an intermediate, and then like Daytona, Talladega. They say the short tracks to end the.
Well, you could have Atlanta be one of them since it's a super speedway now.
Sure.
Atlanta be the final of one of them, and then just put 2 other ones in there. Yeah, I
I
think if
just I want my concept is kind of regional racing,
yeah.
but also for the regular season. I hate this going back to suit a couple of tracks twice. If you want to go back to them, put them in the chase. Don't do 2 Bristols, 2 Richmonds, two. Well, it's in the chase, but these other Atlantas, do them once. And again, this is fluid. It's not. I'm very open to other suggestions that I may like a lot, but I'm just trying to get the concept out there where the regular season there's no repeats, there's no second chances, there's no. All right, we really screwed up Vegas the first time around. Now we got notes. Let's go back and we'll do. No, you got your one shot. Y'all are professional drivers. You got your one shot to do it, and whoever figures it out best comes out with the best points. But that's the concept for, again, if anybody is out there watching, submit something. But that's why I did what I did. Again, also, I'm sick and tired of NASCAR trying to go to Bristol in, late March. That's bullshit. They got to stop that. Get it into, climate's climate. You're not going to change it. I don't care what any of you tree huggers out there say. It is what it is. You can expect really good weather in the southern and western part of our country through the winter. You can expect better weather in the mid part of our country through the early spring, and stay away from the freaking north until you get into June and July when you know you don't got to. Then run that top schedule. Plus, logistics for the teams. Now that they don't have to haul 4 or 5 cars around for each team, they can go out on this West Coast swing with, say, like Hendricks. They got 4 teams. Maybe they've got a backup car by the time we get to the 2023 season for each team, but they're interswappable. If somebody wrecks something, plus they can send another hauler out there with an extra car if they need it. But run 4 or 5 races out there so the teams don't have to drive cross country and then back again, cross country and then back again. Let's face it, 4 or 5 nights in a hotel room or an RV park is a hell of a lot cheaper than putting that $6 a gallon diesel in those haulers
That's running out
to go.
apparently.
Yeah, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let them do some regional racing to where, one of the things you brought up earlier was about the costs and everything else that's going on right now. Help them out. This would save them. I mean, granted, in a multi-million-dollar budget, it might save them a couple of $1,000. But hey, that's tires. That's stuff that they can spend feeding the crew. I don't care. But this back and forth across the country and stuff, to me, is a bunch of crap. It's do the regional racing. Now, of course, when they get closer to the East Coast, they can go back and forth. It's not that big a deal. But it's cheaper for the teams. If you again, I use Hendricks as an example, 4 teams to send the haulers for each of the teams out there, plus maybe another hauler with 4 or 5 backup cars that just trails along with them. The RVs are going to go anyway, so they, save them some money. But again, that's I'm not saying this is rock solid what they should do, but I'd love to hear from other people to put in their quote unquote fantasy schedules and why they want to do it, and post it on our Facebook page or uh on our YouTube channel. Believe me, anybody does it because we have so few that are watching us. We'll read them off and we'll talk about it. So that's really all I have right now. Unless you got something else you want to bring up, discuss,
No,
or
and like I said, I was looking. I couldn't find anything other. I looked up last update was September. I'd have to deep dive or be in the area to see possibly, but no, there's that. I think that's about it.
all right. Well, everybody, like I said, hope that you tell your friends, tell somebody. We don't have commercials, as you can see, and we pay for it ourselves, and we just have fun. It's father and son. We shoot the shit for an hour or so, and we enjoy it. That's why we keep doing it. It's not like anybody's making us doing it or paying us to do it. So,
Yeah, I think when January starts, I'll start off with season 2. 'Cause right now I'm still on season 1, episode whatever. So it'll be when January hits, when it gets closer to the Clash, and that'll be less than a month from it. I'll start off, new season, get going. NASCAR probably should have their website update. Fantasy too. They don't even have that up there. Probably gonna I, that's just a little forward thinking, but yeah.
gotcha.
Other
All
than
right.
that,
Well, I'm done.
all right.
Everybody, have a great week, and we'll do our best to get back here next week. Hopefully, something exciting will change. Maybe we'll get a Will Smith, Chris Rock slap or something out of the NASCAR award ceremony. I don't know. Something spice things up this week.
There'll probably be some funny jokes and jabs. But I don't see much.
Oh, I would love to see him start out with Joey Logano sticking his head down the trophy saying, "Yeah, you can hear Denny Hamlin cry."
True.
It's true. All right, kiddo. Send us out of here.
All right. Go blue.